Piper. I have a master's in folklore. I don't have a drinking problem, you do. I also have Hazbin Hotel brain rot. Better use of my master's in folklore than to discuss the folklore of Hazbin Hotel. Also, this is the mug that Alistair drinks out of. Oh dear. This is part 1. This is specifically the origin lore that Charlie tells at the beginning of episode 1 of Hazbin Hotel. Charlie, who in the series is the daughter of Lucifer and Lilith. As someone who has a theological background and grew up very Christian and studied Christian apologetics and then became a folklorist, the folklore in episode 1 is some of the coolest folklore I've ever heard in demonic lore. It starts with her talking about heaven. Lucifer was an angel and a dreamer. The other angels just absolutely did not agree with him. And as someone who did grow up in the church, I am so familiar with people being like, did you know that the Bible actually says? And did you know that Adam actually had it? I am a folklorist. I study folklore, which is belief of the folk. And there is folklore within major religions. There is mythology within Christianity. There is folklore within Christianity and Judaism. And so talking about the Old Testament or the Hebrew Bible or these things come with elements of folklore. And so I am not qualified here as a scholar. I'm here to talk about the folklore, and the folklore is amazing. In this folklore, she talks about Adam's first wife, Lilith. My second ever Hazbin video, I want to be just about Lilith and the Lilith too, but for this purpose, I want to talk about why even there was this folklore distinguishment between Adam and Eve, who we know from biblical canon, to Adam and Lilith. And this came about in like 700, 1000 BCE, so long before Christ, in a reconciliation of the creation stories. And this is just jargon now. What I mean to say is this might not be scriptural canon, but this is good folklore. Folklore is belief of the folk. And who's the folk? You're the folk. I'm the folk. From Hazbin Hotel goes on to talk about Lucifer offering the apple, which in and of itself is a folklore. And how they were cast out for their vision and their dreaming. And right away, as I was watching season 1, episode 1, I was going, holy shit, this is some of the best portrayal of this folklore that I've ever seen. I did see some people in the comments saying, no, this was scriptural canon until it was rewritten by men. And I think that they are thinking of Asherah and the cult of Josiah when scripture was rewritten to get rid of a counterpart for Yahweh in the pantheon. But this is not about that. This is about Hazbin Hotel. In the next video, I want to go specifically into Lilith and why I think her use of song was intentional, not just because the show is a musical. Let me know if you want to see the Lilith video, and we'll keep going.